The Bible is full of strange personalities, but there is none more mysterious than the man in focus in this episode.
This is the vision of the end.
On a desolate island, a man stands alone.
The prophecy begins Enoch, transposed and weary, burdened by visions too great to bear. He falls broken before the weight of divine mystery.
Then the heavens open, a light unlike any other. Angels appear, fear and awe consume him.
The glory too bright to behold, and then he was no more.
Before Noah entered the ark, before the flood covered the entire world, the Book of Enoch tells us that something extraordinary had already taken place. It revealed how angels abandoned their appointed place in heaven, came down to the earth, took human wives, and produced a race of giants. These giants introduced violence and corruption across the world. It revealed how certain forbidden knowledge was exposed to humankind. It speaks of heavenly beings placed under judgment, of spirits, prisons, and mysterious regions beyond the earth. And at the center of all of this stands one man, Enoch. The thing is that the Bible tells us only a few things about Enoch. The book of Genesis says that he walked with God, and then suddenly he was no more because God took him. Basically, it is saying he vanished from the world without dying. But there is more. Enoch became a witness to events taking place both on earth and in heaven. He saw the rebellion of the watchers, the coming judgment of the world, and something that ordinary human eyes were never permitted to see. And there is something else we should understand before we begin. The book of Enoch presents these visions as a warning for future generations, many of which is manifest in our own generation today. So as we go through this book together, I will occasionally return to explain some of its most important themes, connect them with passages in the Bible, and help us understand exactly what Enoch was shown. But for now, we begin where the book itself begins. His name was Enoch, and this is his testimony.
This is the vision of the end.
On a desolate island, a man stands alone.
The prophecy begins Enoch, transposed and weary, burdened by visions too great to bear. He falls broken before the weight of divine mystery.
Then the heavens open, a light unlike any other. Angels appear, fear and awe consume him.
The glory too bright to behold, and then he was no more.
I am Enoch. These are the words of the blessing I was given to speak, not for my own time, but for a generation yet to come. For the elect and the righteous who will live in the days of great tribulation, when the wicked and the godless are removed from the earth. I was a righteous man, and God opened my eyes. What I speak now did not come from myself. I saw visions of the Holy One in the heavens. The angels revealed them to me. From them I heard everything, and from them I understood what I was seeing. But these visions were not for this generation. They were for a distant age, an age that is still approaching. So I lifted my voice and spoke concerning the elect. I saw the Holy and Great One come forth from his dwelling. The eternal God descended and set his foot upon the earth, upon Mount Sinai. He appeared in the full strength of his power, coming from the highest heaven. and fear fell upon all creation. The watchers trembled, and great shaking seized the ends of the earth. The high mountains were torn apart, the lofty hills collapsed. They melted like wax before a consuming flame. The earth itself was split open. Everything upon it was laid bare. Nothing remained hidden. Judgment came upon all. Yet with the righteous, he made peace. He protected the elect. Mercy rested upon them. They belonged to God, and God claimed them as his own. They prospered. They were blessed. Light appeared to them in the darkness, and the Holy One made peace with them. Then I saw it. He came with 10,000 of his holy ones to execute judgment upon the earth, to destroy the ungodly, and to convict all flesh of every work of wickedness they had committed, and of every defiant word spoken against him. This is what I saw. This is what was shown to me, and this is what is yet to come. The story of creation. I was shown the order of creation, and I was told to observe. I looked into the heavens and saw how everything moves in perfect order. The stars do not wander. The luminaries rise and set in their appointed seasons. None of them break their course. None transgress the path assigned to them. Then I turned my eyes to the earth. From beginning to end, I watched the works that take place upon it. They remain steadfast. Nothing upon the earth changes its purpose. All the works of God stand before you as a testimony. I watched the seasons unfold, summer and winter. I saw the earth filled with waters and clouds forming above it. Dew and rain covered the ground according to their time. I observed the winter, when the trees appear lifeless, stripped of their leaves. Yet there are some that do not lose their foliage. They keep the old leaves for years, until the new ones come in their time. And again, I watched the days of summer. The sun stood high over the earth, blazing with strength. People sought shade and shelter from its heat. The ground itself burned, and even stone could not be touched because of the fire of the sun. I saw how the trees clothed themselves again in green, how they bore fruit in their season. And I understood. Every work follows the command of the one who lives forever. Nothing is without purpose. Nothing is without order. Year after year, his works continue unchanged. They do not tire. They do not rebel. They do exactly what they were ordained to do. I watch the seas and the rivers as well. They obey their boundaries. They fulfill their tasks and do not turn aside from his command. But then I was shown something else. I was shown mankind. You were not steadfast. You did not keep the commandments of the Lord.
What Enoch described here is not simply the discovery of knowledge. The deeper issue is what kind of knowledge was revealed, who revealed it, and what mankind did with it. According to the Book of Enoch, the Watchers taught humanity things that were never meant to be revealed in this way. Azazel taught men how to make weapons, swords, knives, shields, and armor. Others revealed enchantments, the hidden properties of plants, the movement of the stars, the signs of the earth, and the causes the sun and the moon. But notice what happened next. This knowledge did not make humanity more righteous. It did not bring mankind closer to God. Instead, violence increased, corruption spread, restraint disappeared. That is why one of the most powerful statements in this entire section is, knowledge increased, but wisdom vanished. And that distinction is important. The Book of Enoch is not simply saying that knowledge itself is evil. The warning is about knowledge separated from righteousness, knowledge placed in the hands of people who do not have the wisdom or moral restraint to use it properly. In other words, mankind became more capable but not more righteous, and the result was destruction. Weapons became more advanced. Violence became greater. Corruption spread until, according to Enoch, even the earth itself seemed to cry out because of what was happening upon it. And eventually, that cry reached heaven. That cry reached God. Because while the watchers were corrupting the earth below, the holy angels above were watching. And now, heaven was about to respond.
You turned away. You spoke proud and defiant words against his greatness. Your mouths were unclean, your hearts hardened. Because of this, you will find no peace. Your days will be cursed, and the years of your life will fade away. Your destruction will be remembered as an eternal warning, and mercy will not find you. Your names will become a curse among the righteous. Those who curse will use your names as a sign of judgment. The godless will be judged by the same fate they have chosen. But I also saw the end of this story. The righteous will rejoice. Forgiveness will be poured out. Mercy, peace, and patience will surround them. Salvation will be theirs, and a beautiful light will rest upon them. For the sinners, there will be no salvation. The curse will remain upon them. But for the elect, there will be light, joy, and peace. They will inherit the earth. Wisdom will be given to them. They will live and no longer fall into sin through pride or rebellion. Those who are wise will walk in humility. They will not transgress again. They will not live in anger or wrath. Their days will be completed in peace, and their lives will be filled with joy. Their years will multiply in everlasting gladness and peace for all the days of their life. The fallen angels. I was shown how the fall began. When the children of men multiplied upon the earth, daughters were born to them, beautiful and desirable. And the angels, the sons of heaven, saw them. Desire took hold of them, and they spoke among themselves, saying they would take wives from among humanity and raise children of their own. But their leader, Semjaza, hesitated. I heard his fear. He knew the weight of what they were about to do. He warned them that this sin would bring great punishment, and that he might bear it alone. So they answered him with resolve. They swore an oath together. They bound themselves with curses, each one pledging not to abandon the plan, no matter the cost. There were 200 of them. They descended in the days of Jared upon the summit of Mount Hermon. And that mountain was named Hermon because it was there they swore their oath, binding themselves by mutual imprecations. I was shown their leaders, the chiefs among them. Semjaza stood first. With him were others, rulers of tens, each commanding those who followed. Their names were recorded, for heaven does not forget rebellion. Each of them took a wife from among the daughters of men. They defiled themselves, and they taught humanity forbidden things, charms and enchantments, the cutting of roots, the hidden properties of plants. The women conceived, and they gave birth to giants, beings of enormous size and strength. They consumed everything mankind produced. When people could no longer sustain them, the giants turned on humanity itself. I saw them devour men. They sinned against birds and beasts, against creeping things and fish. They consumed flesh not meant to be eaten. They drank blood. Violence filled the earth. And the earth itself cried out, accusing the lawless ones. I was shown how knowledge became corruption. Azazel taught humanity how to forge weapons, swords and knives, shields and armor. He revealed metals hidden in the earth and the skill to shape them. He taught the making of ornaments and jewelry, the use of cosmetics, the beautifying of the eyes, and the hunger for precious stones and colors. And wickedness multiplied. Men abandoned restraint. They were led astray. They became corrupt in all their ways. Others taught secrets never meant for human minds. Semjaza taught enchantments and the cutting of roots. Armaros revealed how to undo spells. Barakijal taught the movements of the stars. Kokabel revealed the constellations. Ezekiel explained the knowledge of clouds. Arakiel taught the signs of the earth. Shamziel revealed the paths of the sun. Sariel revealed the course of the moon. Knowledge increased, but wisdom vanished.
What Enoch described here is not simply the discovery of knowledge. The deeper issue is what kind of knowledge was revealed, who revealed it, and what mankind did with it. According to the Book of Enoch, the Watchers taught humanity things that were never meant to be revealed in this way. Azazel taught men how to make weapons, swords, knives, shields, and armor. Others revealed enchantments, the hidden properties of plants, the movement of the stars, the signs of the earth, and the causes the sun and the moon. But notice what happened next. This knowledge did not make humanity more righteous. It did not bring mankind closer to God. Instead, violence increased, corruption spread, restraint disappeared. That is why one of the most powerful statements in this entire section is, knowledge increased, but wisdom vanished. And that distinction is important. The Book of Enoch is not simply saying that knowledge itself is evil. The warning is about knowledge separated from righteousness, knowledge placed in the hands of people who do not have the wisdom or moral restraint to use it properly. In other words, mankind became more capable but not more righteous, and the result was destruction. Weapons became more advanced. Violence became greater. Corruption spread until, according to Enoch, even the earth itself seemed to cry out because of what was happening upon it. And eventually, that cry reached heaven. That cry reached God. Because while the watchers were corrupting the earth below, the holy angels above were watching. And now, heaven was about to respond.
As men perished, they cried out. Their voices rose from the earth to the heavens, and their cry was heard. This is what I was shown. This is how the corruption of the world began. The intercession of angels. I was shown what happened in heaven when the earth could no longer bear its pain. Michael, Uriel, Raphael, and Gabriel looked down from above. They saw the blood covering the ground. They saw lawlessness spreading across the earth without restraint. And they spoke to one another, saying that the earth, once created for life, now cried out with the voices of the dead, rising to the gates of heaven. The souls of men were pleading, demanding that their cause be brought before the Most High. Then the holy ones lifted their voices before the Lord of the ages. They said, Lord of lords, God of gods, King of kings, your throne endures through all generations. Your name is holy, glorious, and blessed forever. You made all things. Power over all things belongs to you. Nothing is hidden from your sight. They declared what heaven already knew, that Azazel had spread unrighteousness across the earth, revealing secrets that were kept in heaven, knowledge never meant for mankind. They spoke of Semjaza, who had been given authority over his companions, yet led them into rebellion. They testified that these angels went into the daughters of men, defiled themselves, and taught sin. The women bore giants, and the earth was filled with blood and corruption. And now the souls of the dead cried out endlessly because of the violence that covered the world. The angels asked why these things were permitted and what was to be done. Then the Most High spoke. The Holy and Great One sent Uriel to the son of Lamech and said, Go to Noah. Tell him to hide himself. Reveal to him that the end is coming, that a flood will destroy the earth. Instruct him so that his life and his descendants may be preserved. And the Lord spoke again, saying to Raphael, Bind Azazel hand and foot. Cast him into the darkness. Open the desert of Dudael and throw him there. Cover him with jagged stones. Let him see no light. On the day of judgment, he will be cast into fire. The Lord commanded that the earth be healed, that the plague brought by the watchers be undone, because the world had been corrupted by the teachings of Azazel, to whom all sin was to be ascribed. Then the Lord spoke to Gabriel, commanding him to destroy the offspring of the watchers, to turn them against one another, so that they would perish in battle. Their fathers would not be heard. Their hope of long life would be cut short. And the Lord spoke to Michael, saying, Bind Semjaza and those with him. When their sons destroy one another, bind the watchers for 70 generations in the valleys of the earth, until the final judgment. Then they will be cast into the abyss of fire and imprisoned forever. All wicked spirits were to be removed. All corruption was to be wiped from the earth. Righteousness and truth were to be planted, and they would flourish forever. I was shown the world that would follow. The righteous would survive. They would live long lives in peace. The earth would be cultivated in righteousness and filled with blessing. Trees would flourish. Vines would yield abundance. Every seed would multiply beyond measure. Oil and wine would overflow. Oppression would be erased. Sin would be removed. Godlessness would be destroyed. All nations would worship the Most High. The earth would be cleansed forever. Then the Lord said that he would open the storehouses of heaven, pouring blessing upon the labor of mankind. Truth and peace would walk together through every generation. Before these things, I was hidden. No one among men knew where I was, where I lived, or what had become of me. My days were spent among the holy ones. My work concerned the watchers. And I, Enoch, blessed the Lord of majesty, the King of the ages.
At this point, many of you may already recognize the biblical passage behind this story. In Genesis chapter 6, just before the account of Noah and the flood, we are told that the sons of God saw the daughters of men, took wives from among them, and that the Nephilim were on earth in those days. But Genesis gives us only a few verses. The Book of Enoch takes that mysterious passage and expands it into a much larger story. According to Enoch, these sons of God were the watchers, heavenly beings who abandoned their proper place, descended to the earth, took human wives, and produced the giant. Their rebellion was followed by violence, corruption, and the spread of forbidden knowledge throughout the world. And now the connection to Noah becomes even clearer. When the holy angels bring the condition of the earth before God, Uriel is commanded to go to Noah and warn him that destruction is coming, that a flood will cover the earth, but that Noah and his descendants will be preserved. So the Book of Enoch presents the flood not only as judgment against human wickedness, but also as part of God's response to a much larger corruption involving both mankind and rebellious heavenly beings. Now, it is important to make a distinction. Genesis itself does not give us all of these details. The names Samyazer and Azazel, the number of watchers, their oath on Mount Hermon, and many of the specific teachings attributed to them came from the Book of Enoch. So what we are seeing is Enoch's interpretation and expansion of the mysterious events described briefly in Genesis chapter 6. But the story is about to take another unexpected turn, because the same heavenly beings who once possessed great authority and who helped bring corruption upon the earth are now terrified of the judgment pronounced against them for their wrongdoing, and they are about to ask a human being to do something extraordinary. They are going to ask Enoch for help to speak to God on their behalf.
Then the watchers called to me. They called me Enoch, the scribe of righteousness, and commanded me to speak to those who had abandoned heaven, defiled themselves with women, and lived like men. I was sent to declare to them that they had brought destruction upon the earth, and that they would find no peace or forgiveness. I told them that they would watch the destruction of their own children and grieve forever. But mercy would not come to them. I spoke directly to Azazel and told him there would be no peace for him. Judgment had been decreed. He would be bound because of the unrighteousness he taught and the corruption he revealed. Fear seized them all. They begged me to write a petition to plead for forgiveness on their behalf. They were ashamed. They could no longer look toward heaven. So I wrote their petition. I recorded their deeds and their requests. Then I went to the waters of Dan, near Hermon, and read it aloud until sleep overcame me. And a vision came. I saw judgment. I heard a voice commanding me to return and declare it to the watchers. When I awoke, I found them gathered together, weeping, their faces covered in shame. And I told them everything I had seen. I spoke the words of righteousness, and I pronounced judgment upon the watchers of heaven.
There is something remarkable happening here. These were not ordinary human beings. The watchers had come from heaven. They possessed knowledge, authority, and access to realities far beyond human understanding. And yet now, after their rebellion, they could no longer approach God for themselves. Instead, they turned to Enoch. They asked a human being to write a petition for them, to plead for mercy and forgiveness on their behalf. Think about the reversal. These heavenly beings should have been serving God and watching over mankind, but now they were the ones standing under judgment while a mortal man was being brought into the presence of God. And the answer Enoch received was devastating. God told him that the watchers should have been interceding for humankind, not asking humankind to intercede for them. Their rebellion had completely reversed the order God had established. The watchers had abandoned their heavenly position. They had crossed a boundary they were never meant to cross. And now Enoch, the human being, had become the messenger between heaven and those fallen angels. He was no longer simply a witness to what had happened. He had become a scribe, an intermediary, and a messenger of judgment. And the message he was commanded to bring back to the watchers was final. Their petition would not be accepted. Their punishment had already been decided. But there was still another consequence of their rebellion that Enoch was about to reveal, because even after the giants themselves were destroyed, something of them will remain upon the earth.
Enoch, the book of the words of righteousness. I was given words to speak, words of righteousness and judgment. They were not my own. They were commanded by the Holy and Great One, revealed to me in a vision while I slept. What I now speak, I speak with a human tongue and mortal breath. The gift God gave to mankind, so that the heart may understand wisdom. The same God who gave men understanding gave me a task: to speak judgment to the watchers, the children of heaven. I wrote their petition, and in the vision that followed, I was shown its answer. Their petition would never be granted, not in this age, not in any age to come. Judgment had already been sealed. They would never again ascend into heaven. A decree had gone forth to bind them to the earth for all the days of the world. Before their binding was complete, they would witness the destruction of their own sons. they would see them fall by the sword. And no prayer, no weeping, no pleading, no word written or spoken would change what had been decreed.
This is one of the most unusual teachings in the Book of Enoch. According to Enoch, the death of the giants did not completely end the consequences of the Watchers' rebellion. Their physical bodies would be destroyed, but their spirits would remain. Enoch says that because the giants were born from the union of heavenly beings and human women, their spirits would become evil spirits upon the earth, spirits that would continue to afflict mankind, spread violence, create disorder, and bring destruction until the final judgment. And this is an important distinction. In the Book of Enoch, the Watchers themselves are the fallen heavenly beings. The giants are their offspring, and then those giants die. Their disembodied spirits become the evil spirits that continue to operate upon the earth. So, within the worldview of Enoch, these are not exactly the same beings. The Watchers are judged and bound. The giant children are destroyed, but the spirit of those giant children remain active among mankind. This helps explain why the destruction of the giants does not immediately bring to an end the spiritual corruption on the earth. The rebellion has left something behind. Its physical offspring may be gone, but its spiritual consequences continue. And now Enoch is about to be shown where some of these rebellious beings are imprisoned and what awaits them when the final judgment comes. Keep watching.
Then the vision overtook me. Clouds summoned me. Mist carried me. The stars and the lightning hastened my path. The winds lifted me and bore me upward, into heaven itself. I approached a wall built of crystal, surrounded by tongues of fire. Fear seized me, yet I went on. I entered a house built entirely of crystal, its walls like a patterned floor of light, its foundation pure and transparent. Above me, the ceiling blazed like the paths of stars and lightning. Between them were fiery cherubim, and above them, waters of heaven. Flames surrounded the structure. Its gates burned with fire. Inside, the heat burned like fire and froze like ice. There was no comfort there, only fear. Trembling overtook me, and I fell on my face. Then I saw another house, greater than the first. Its gates stood open, and it was built entirely of fire. Its splendor exceeded anything words could hold. Its floor was fire. Above it were lightning and stars. And there I saw a throne, lofty, radiant like crystal, its wheels shining like the sun. Beneath it flowed rivers of fire, so intense I could not look upon them. The great glory sat upon the throne. His garment shone brighter than the sun, whiter than any snow. No angel could approach him, no flesh could look upon his face. Fire surrounded him. 10,000 times 10,000 stood before him. Yet he needed no counselor. I lay prostrate, trembling. Then the Lord called me by name. "Come near, Enoch, and hear my word." I was lifted by one of the holy ones and brought to the door. I bowed low, and the voice said to me, "Fear not, Enoch, righteous man and scribe of righteousness. Come and hear." I was commanded to speak to the Watchers, to tell them they should have interceded for men, not sought men to intercede for them. They had abandoned their eternal dwelling. They had defiled themselves with women. Though they were once spiritual and immortal, they had lusted after flesh and blood. They were not created for marriage. Heaven was their dwelling. Because of this, their offspring, the giants, would become evil spirits upon the earth. Their bodies would perish, but their spirits would remain, afflicting mankind, stirring violence, hunger, chaos, and destruction until the final judgment. And I was told to deliver this final word to the Watchers. You will have no peace.
What Enoch is describing now is more than a journey across the earth. According to the Book of Enoch, he is being shown what we might call the architecture of the unseen world. He sees places ordinary human beings could never reach, treasures of the stars, region of darkness, rivers of fire, the entrances of the abyss, and places where rebellious heavenly beings are being held for judgment. Again and again, Enoch is shown that the spiritual world is not presented as random or uncontrolled. There are boundaries, there are appointed places, there are prisons, and there are judgments that have already been determined. The same theme we saw earlier continues here. When God's established order is violated, there are consequences. Even heavenly beings who rebel are not beyond his authority. Enoch sees 7 stars bound in a place of fire because they had transgressed the command given to them. He is then shown another terrifying region which Uriel identifies as a prison for rebellious angels. But Enoch's journey is about to become even more personal because he's not only going to be shown where rebellious angels are imprisoned, he's about to be shown something concerning human beings after death. He will see a place divided into separate regions where the spirits of the dead are kept while waiting for judgment. And among those spirits, Enoch will hear the voice of someone whose story takes us all the way back to the beginning of Genesis, a man whose blood once cried out from the ground. His name was Abel. Surprise? Let's keep watching.
Enoch taken by angels. Then the angels took me. They brought me to places where beings appeared like fire. Yet when they wished, they appeared as men. They led me to a mountain whose summit reached the heavens and into regions of deep darkness. I was shown the treasuries of the stars, the thunder, the lightning, the fiery bow, the arrows, the sword of flame. I was brought to the living waters and to the fire of the west, where the sun descends. I saw a river of fire flowing like water into the great sea. I saw vast rivers and places where no human foot has ever walked, mountains of winter darkness and the sources of the deep. I saw the mouths of all rivers and the entrance of the abyss. I saw the treasuries of the winds and how they sustain creation. I saw the cornerstone of the earth and the 4 winds that uphold the sky. These are the pillars of heaven. I saw the winds guiding the sun and stars to their setting. I saw clouds carried across the earth. I saw the paths of angels. At the ends of the earth, I saw a burning place where 7 great mountains stood, brilliant with colored stone, pearl, and fire. The central mountain rose like a throne, reaching heaven itself, crowned with sapphire. Beyond them, I saw a deep abyss, filled with columns of heavenly fire, stretching beyond measure upward and downward. Beyond that, a place without sky, without earth, without water, a wasteland of terror and desolation. There I saw 7 stars, blazing like mountains of fire. The angel said to me, "This is the prison of heaven and earth. These stars transgressed the command of the Lord. They did not rise at their appointed times. They are bound here until their judgment is fulfilled." Uriel spoke again, "Here also will stand the angels who defiled themselves with women. Their spirits roam the earth, deceiving mankind, leading them to worship demons as gods. Here they will remain until the day of the great judgment. And the women who went astray with them would become sirens, seducers of destruction. I, Enoch, alone saw these visions, the ends of all things, and no man shall ever see what I have seen." The holy angels revealed to Enoch, "I was shown that heaven is not silent. There are holy angels appointed to watch over mankind, each set in place with a purpose, each carrying authority from the Most High. I learned their names. Uriel, one of the holy angels, set over the world and over the depths of Tartarus. Raphael, appointed over the spirits of men. Raguel, the one who brings vengeance upon the world of the luminaries when they transgress. Michael, set over the best part of mankind and over chaos. Sarachael, appointed over the spirits who sin in the spirit. Gabriel, set over paradise and over the serpents and the cherubim. Remiel, appointed over those who rise. And then I was taken forward, into a place where everything felt broken. I went to where things were chaotic, and what I saw there was dreadful. There was no clear heaven above, no firm earth beneath, only a region of confusion, horrible, unstable, like a world ripped out of order. In that place I saw 7 stars of heaven, bound together, like enormous mountains, burning with fire. I could not understand it. So I asked, for what sin are they bound? Why have they been cast into this place? Uriel, who was with me, chief among them, answered my question. Enoch, he said, why are you so eager for the truth? These are among the stars of heaven that transgress the commandment of the Lord. They are bound here until 10,000 years are fulfilled, the time appointed for their sin. From there, I was led to another place, more terrifying than the first. I saw a great fire blazing without restraint. The ground itself was split open, descending toward an abyss. Columns of fire fell endlessly into the depths. I could not measure the place. I could not even guess its size. And I said aloud, how fearful this place is, how terrible to look upon. Uriel asked me, Enoch, why do you fear? And I answered, because of this place, because of the pain I see. He said, this is the prison of angels. Here they will be imprisoned forever. Then I was taken to a mountain of hard rock. Inside it were 4 hollow places, deep, wide, smooth, and terribly dark. They looked carved out for something unseen, something waiting. Raphael, the holy angel with me, explained it. These hollows were created for the spirits of the dead. He said, here the souls of the children of men assemble, kept until the day of judgment, until their appointed time, until the great judgment is executed. And then I heard it. A voice, like a plea that would not stop. A spirit making its case before heaven. I asked Raphael, this spirit that cries out, whose is it? Raphael answered, this is the spirit that went forth from Abel, whom his brother Cain slew. He brings his suit against Cain until Cain's seed is destroyed from the face of the earth, until it is wiped out from among men. I stared again at those hollow places and asked, why are they separated? Why is one apart from the other? Raphael said, these were made to divide the spirits of the dead. One division is for the righteous. There is bright water there, a place of peace. Another is for sinners, those who died and were buried without judgment in their lifetime. Here their spirits remain in pain until the great day of judgment, punishment, and torment, until they are bound forever. And another is for those who make their suit, those who were slain in the days of sinners, and cry out for justice. And there is also a place for those who were not righteous, yet not wholly condemned like the worst, companions of transgressors. They will not be raised from there. And when I heard these things, I blessed the Lord of glory and said, blessed be my Lord, the Lord of righteousness, who rules forever. Then I was taken west, to the ends of the earth. And there I saw a fire that never rested. It ran day and night, without pausing, like a relentless pursuit across the horizon. I asked, "What is this that never rests?" Raguel answered, "This is the fire in the west that persecutes all the luminaries of heaven." After that, I was shown a mountain range burning day and night. Beyond it stood 7 magnificent mountains, each different from the other. Beautiful stones, glorious to behold, yet divided by deep ravines that did not connect. In the midst of them stood the 7th, higher than all, like a throne rising from the earth. Fragrant trees surrounded it, and among those trees I saw one unlike any I had ever known. Its fragrance surpassed everything. Its leaves did not wither, its blossoms did not die, its wood did not decay, and its fruit was beautiful, like dates of a palm. I said, "How beautiful this tree is! How sweet its fragrance! How delightful its appearance!" Michael, holy and honored, answered me. "Enoch," he said, "why do you ask about this fragrance? Why do you seek the truth?" I told him, "I want to know everything, but especially about this tree." And Michael said, "That high mountain you see, whose summit is like the throne of God, this is the place where the Holy Great One, the Lord of glory, the eternal King, will sit when he comes down to visit the earth with goodness. But this fragrant tree, no mortal may touch it until the great judgment. Then it will be given to the righteous. Its fruit will be food for the elect. It will be brought to the holy place, to the temple of the Lord, the eternal King. Then they will rejoice. They will enter the holy place. Its fragrance will strengthen them. They will live long on the earth as your fathers lived. And in their days, no sorrow, plague, torment, or calamity will touch them. And I bless the God of glory, the eternal King, who prepared such things for the righteous, who created them and promised them. Then I was shown a blessed land filled with trees in bloom. I saw a holy mountain, and beneath it a stream flowing south. I saw other mountains, ravines of hard rock, deep and narrow, dry and severe. And I marveled at the landscape and what it signified. I asked, "Why is this land blessed with trees? And why is that valley between them cursed?" Uriel answered, "That accursed valley is for those who are cursed forever, those who speak harsh words against the Lord, who dishonor his glory. Here they will be gathered for judgment, and in the last days, righteous judgment will be displayed before the righteous forever. The merciful will bless the Lord of glory, the eternal King, because of the mercy he has assigned them." And again I blessed the Lord of glory and praised him. After that I was taken east into the desert mountains. I saw a solitary wilderness full of plants and trees. Water rushed down from above like a river, and clouds and dew rose on every side. I was led further into regions of fragrance, trees like frankincense and myrrh, and valleys scented with cinnamon and sweet resin. I saw mountains filled with nard and spice, and trees whose scent, when burned, was sweeter than any perfume. Then, far to the east, I passed above the Erythraean Sea, and beyond the angel Zotiel, and I came to the Garden of Righteousness. From a distance, I saw trees beyond number, great, beautiful, glorious. And there I saw the tree of knowledge, the tree whose fruit brings great wisdom. Its leaves were broad, its clusters were like vines, and its fragrance carried far. I said, "How beautiful this tree is. How attractive its look." Raphael answered me, "This is the tree of wisdom, which your father and your mother, those before you, ate from. Their eyes were opened, they learned wisdom, and they knew they were naked, and they were driven from the garden. And as I continued, I saw great beasts of the earth, each unlike the other. I saw birds, each with its own beauty and voice. At the farthest ends, I saw the heavens resting upon the earth, and the portals of heaven opened. I watched the stars come forth through their gates, and I counted their portals and wrote their outlets, each by name, each by course, each by time, exactly as Uriel showed me. I saw the northern portals where cold winds come, hail, frost, snow, dew, and rain. I saw that one portal brings good, but two bring violence and affliction. I saw the western portals as well, and the southern and the eastern, great and small openings through which the stars run their course, moving toward the west on the path appointed to them. And as often as I saw these wonders, I blessed the Lord of glory, for he has done great and marvelous works, so that angels, spirits, and men may see the greatness of his power, praise his creation, and bless him forever. Enoch, Book 2, the Book of Parables, Chapter 1, the first parable. I am Enoch, son of Jared, son of Mahalaleel, son of Canaan, son of Enos, son of Seth, son of Adam. And this is the second vision that was shown to me, the vision of wisdom. I lifted up my voice to speak, not only to the men of old, but also to those who would come after. I said, "Listen, you who lived before me, and you who will live long after me. Hear the words of the Holy One that I speak before the Lord of spirits. It would have been good to declare these things to the first generations, but wisdom will not be withheld from the last. Until that day, such wisdom had not been given as it was given to me, not by my strength, not by my worth, but by the good pleasure of the Lord of spirits, who appointed for me a portion tied to eternal life. And I was entrusted with 3 parables. I raised my voice and recounted them to those who dwell on the earth. This is the first. I was shown a future hour when the congregation of the righteous would appear openly, and sinners would be judged for their sin, driven from the face of the earth. And in that hour, the righteous one would be revealed before the eyes of the righteous. His elect works resting upon the Lord of spirits. Then light would break forth for the righteous and the elect who dwell on the earth. And I asked myself a question that felt like thunder. Where will the sinners dwell then? Where will those rest who denied the Lord of spirits? It would have been better for them if they had never been born. For in that day, the secrets of the righteous will be revealed, and the godless will be driven away from the presence of the righteous and the elect. Those who once possessed the earth, those who lived powerful and exalted, will no longer stand in power. They will not be able to look upon the face of the holy. Because the Lord of spirits will cause his light to appear upon the holy, upon the righteous, upon the elect. And then the kings and the mighty will fall. They will perish, and they will be delivered into the hands of the righteous. From that time on, no one will be able to seek mercy for themselves. Their lives will have reached their end. And I was shown another thing, mysterious, weighty, terrifying. In those days, elect and holy children will descend from the high heaven, and their seed will become one with the children of men. And in those same days, I received books, books filled with zeal and wrath, books of unrest and expulsion. And I heard it spoken plainly, "Mercy will not be granted to them," says the Lord of spirits. Then something happened to me. A whirlwind carried me off the earth, lifted me like dust, and set me down at the end of the heavens. And there another vision opened before my eyes. The dwelling places of the holy, the resting places of the righteous. I saw their homes among the righteous angels. I saw their resting places among the holy ones. And I saw how they prayed. They petitioned, they interceded. They pleaded for the children of men, and righteousness flowed before them like water. Mercy fell upon the earth like dew, and it was not temporary. It was their portion forever. In that place, my eyes saw the elect one of righteousness and faith. I saw his dwelling under the wings of the Lord of spirits. In his days, righteousness will prevail, and the righteous and the elect before him will be beyond number forever. They were like fiery lights. Their mouths were full of blessing. Their lips praised the name of the Lord of spirits, and righteousness before him did not fail. And something in me broke open, like longing mixed with worship. I wanted to remain there. My spirit longed for that dwelling. And I knew this had been appointed for me from before, established concerning me in the presence of the Lord of spirits. So I praised him. I extolled the name of the Lord of spirits with blessings and honor, because he destined me for blessing and glory according to his good pleasure. For a long time I stared at that place, and I said, "Blessed is he, blessed from the beginning and forever. Before him there is no ending. He knew before the world was made what would be forever, and what would be from generation to generation." And then I saw the ones who do not sleep, standing before his glory, blessing and praising and extolling, saying, "Holy, holy, holy is the Lord of spirits. He fills the earth with spirits." I saw them, awake, unceasing, saying, "Blessed are you, and blessed is the name of the Lord forever and ever." And my face changed, because I could no longer endure what I was seeing. Then I looked again, and I saw a multitude beyond number, thousands of thousands, 10,000 times 10,000, standing before the Lord of spirits. On four sides of him I saw four presences, distinct from the ones who do not sleep. And the angel who went with me revealed their names and showed me hidden things. I heard their voices as they spoke praise before the Lord of glory. The first voice blessed the Lord of spirits forever and ever. The second voice blessed the elect one, and the elect who cling to the Lord of spirits. The third voice prayed and interceded for those who dwell on the earth, pleading in the name of the Lord of spirits. And the fourth voice resisted the Satans, blocking them, refusing them access to accuse those who dwell on the earth. I asked the angel of peace who walked with me, "Who are these four presences whose words I have heard and written down?" And he answered, "The first is Michael, merciful and long-suffering. The second is Raphael, set over all disease and wounds of the children of men. The third is Gabriel, set over all powers. And the fourth is Phanuel, set over repentance unto hope for those who inherit eternal life." These were the four angels of the Lord of spirits, and these were the four voices I heard in those days. After that, I was shown secrets, secrets of heaven itself. I saw how the kingdom is divided, and how the actions of men are weighed like objects placed on a scale. I saw the mansions of the elect. I saw the mansions of the holy. And I saw sinners driven out, those who deny the name of the Lord of spirits, dragged away, because they could not endure the punishment that proceeds from him. I was shown the secrets of lightning and thunder, the secrets of the winds, how they are divided to blow over the earth, the secrets of clouds and dew, where they arise and how they water the dusty ground. I saw chambers shut away, storehouses of wind, chambers of hail, chambers of mist and cloud, the cloud that has hovered over the earth since the beginning of the world. And I saw the chambers of the sun and the moon, where they come from and where they return. I saw their glorious rising and their measured orbit. They did not wander. They did not add to their path or subtract from it. They kept faith with each other according to the oath that binds them. The sun goes forth and traverses his path by the command of the Lord of spirits. Mighty is his name forever. And I saw the moon's hidden and visible path, by day and by night, standing opposite the sun before the Lord of spirits. And they give thanks without ceasing. To them, thanksgiving is rest. And I learned that the sun can become a blessing or a curse, and the moon becomes light to the righteous and darkness to sinners, in the name of the Lord, who separated light from darkness, who divided the spirits of men and strengthened the spirits of the righteous in the name of his righteousness. No angel can hinder him. No power can resist him. He appoints a judge for all, and all are judged before him. Then I was shown something that pierced me. Wisdom searched for a place to live, and found none. She was assigned a dwelling in heaven. Wisdom went forth to dwell among the children of men, but found no home. So she returned to her place and sat among the angels. And unrighteousness went forth from her chambers and found those she did not seek, and dwelt with them, like rain in a desert, like dew on thirsty ground. Then I saw other lightnings and the stars of heaven. I saw how the Lord called each of them by name, and they obeyed. I saw them weighed in a righteous balance, by their measure of light, by the width of their spaces, by the day of their appearing. I saw how their revolutions produce lightning. I saw how they keep faith with each other. And I asked the angel who was with me, the one who showed me hidden things, "What are these?" And he said, "The Lord of spirits has shown you their parabolic meaning. These are the names of the holy who dwell on the earth and believe in the name of the Lord of spirits forever and ever." And I saw another wonder. Some stars rise and become lightning, and they cannot leave their new form. And I knew what I was seeing was not only about the heavens, it was about the fate of men. Chapter 2, the second parable. I was shown the second parable, a vision spoken against those who deny the holy dwelling and reject the name of the Lord of spirits. And I understood this. There are some whose rebellion becomes their destiny. They will not ascend into heaven, and on the earth they will find no true refuge. This will be the portion of sinners, those who denied the name of the Lord of spirits, kept, preserved, and appointed for a day of suffering and tribulation. Then I heard a decree spoken about that day. The elect one will sit upon the throne of glory. He will test works. He will weigh deeds. And the places of rest for the righteous will be beyond number. Their souls will grow strong within them when they see the elect ones, those who have called upon the glorious name. And I heard the promise, I will cause my elect one to dwell among them. And the world itself would be transformed. Heaven would be remade, an eternal blessing, an eternal light. Earth would be renewed, made into a blessing, and the elect would dwell upon it. But the sinners and the evildoers, they would not set foot there. For peace was prepared for the righteous, made full, made complete, so they would dwell before him. But for sinners, judgment stood waiting, ready to rise, ready to strike, until they would be removed from the face of the earth. And then I saw him. I saw the head of days, his head white like wool, ancient beyond time. And with him was another being, whose face had the appearance of a man, yet carried a graciousness like one of the holy angels. I turned to the angel guiding me, the one who showed me hidden things, and I asked, "Who is that Son of Man? Where did he come from, and why does he walk with the head of days?" And the angel answered, "This is the Son of Man who has righteousness. Righteousness dwells with him. He reveals the treasures of what is hidden. The Lord of spirits has chosen him, and his portion has preeminence before the Lord of spirits forever." Then I was shown what he would do. This Son of Man would raise kings and mighty men from their seats, only to bring them down. He would loosen the reins of the strong. He would break the teeth of sinners, because they refused to honor him, refused to praise, refused to acknowledge where their kingdoms came from. Their strength would collapse into shame. Darkness would become their dwelling, worms their bed, and they would have no hope of rising again, because they did not exalt the name of the Lord of spirits. I saw who these were. They judged the stars of heaven as though the heavens belonged to them. They trampled the earth as though it was theirs by right. Their deeds exposed them, unrighteousness. Their confidence rested on riches. Their faith was placed in gods made by their own hands, and they denied the name of the Lord of spirits. They persecuted his congregations. They hunted the faithful who held fast to his name. But then another sound rose. The prayer of the righteous ascended, and the blood of the righteous cried out from the ground before the Lord of spirits. And the holy ones above united with one voice. They prayed. They praised. They gave thanks. They blessed the name of the Lord of spirits on behalf of the blood that had been shed. They pleaded that the prayer of the righteous would not be vain. They begged that judgment would be done, so the righteous would not suffer forever. Then I saw the head of days take his seat on the throne of glory, and the books of the living were opened before him. All the host of heaven stood in attendance. His counselors were there, and joy filled the hearts of the holy ones. Because the number of the righteous had been presented, their prayer had been heard, and the blood of the righteous had been required. In that place, I saw something else. A fountain of righteousness without end. Around it were fountains of wisdom. The thirsty drank, and they were filled with wisdom, and their dwellings were with the righteous, the holy, and the elect. Then, at that very hour, the Son of Man was named in the presence of the Lord of spirits. His name was spoken before the head of days, before the sun was created, before the signs were established, before the stars were formed. His name was already known before the Lord of spirits, and I heard what he would become. A staff for the righteous, so they do not fall. A light for the nations, a hope for the troubled heart. All who dwell on earth would fall down before him, worshiping, praising, blessing, and singing to the Lord of spirits. And I learned that he had been chosen and hidden before the creation of the world, forever. Wisdom revealed him to the holy and righteous, because their portion had been preserved. They hated the world's unrighteousness. They rejected its ways. They clung to the name of the Lord of spirits, and in his name they were saved. But for the kings of the earth, for the strong who possess the land, their faces would become downcast. On the day of anguish, they would not save themselves. They would be delivered into the hands of the elect. Like straw before fire, they would burn in the presence of the holy. Like lead in water, they would sink before the righteous, and no trace of them would remain. They would fall and not rise again, because they denied the Lord of spirits and his anointed. And I bless the name of the Lord of spirits, for wisdom is poured out like water, and glory does not fail before him. Unrighteousness passes like a shadow, and cannot remain, because the elect one stands before the Lord of spirits, and his glory is forever. In him dwells the spirit of wisdom, insight, understanding, might, and the spirit of those who fell asleep in righteousness. He judges secret things, and no lying word can stand before him. He is the elect one, chosen by the Lord of spirits. Then I saw a change coming for the holy and elect. The light of days would rest upon them. Glory and honor would turn toward them. And on the day affliction is stored up against sinners, the righteous would triumph in the name of the Lord of spirits. Some would witness this and repent, turning away from the works of their hands. They would have no honor, yet through his name they could be saved, because the compassion of the Lord of spirits is great. But for the unrepentant, judgment would not bend. Unrighteousness cannot stand in the presence of his glory. And I heard the final sentence: "From henceforth I will have no mercy on them, says the Lord of spirits." Then the earth itself was commanded to give back what was entrusted to it. Sheol would return what it swallowed, and the abyss would release what it owed. For the day would come when the elect one rises to choose the righteous and holy from among them. Because the day had drawn near, the day of salvation, and the elect one would sit on the throne, and his mouth would pour out secrets of wisdom and counsel. Because the Lord of spirits had given it to him and glorified him. In those days, I saw creation react. Mountains would leap like rams. Hills would skip like lambs satisfied with milk. Even the faces of angels in heaven would shine with joy. The earth would rejoice. The righteous would dwell upon it, and the elect would walk there. After this, I was carried again by whirlwind toward the west. And there my eyes saw secrets still hidden from mankind. I saw mountains of iron, copper, silver, gold, soft metal, and lead. I asked the angel with me, "What are these?" And he answered, "These will serve the dominion of his anointed, so that he may be mighty on the earth." Then the angel of peace said to me, "Wait, and you will see the secret things that surround the Lord of spirits. These mountains you see, iron, copper, silver, gold, soft metal, and lead, will become like wax before fire in the presence of the elect one. Like water streaming down from above, they will be made powerless beneath his feet." And I was told something that struck fear into me. In those days, none will be saved by gold. None will escape by silver. Iron will not be used for war. No breastplate will protect. Bronze will not help. Tin will not matter. Lead will be despised. And these things will be destroyed from the earth. Then I saw a deep valley burning with fire. And they brought kings and mighty men, and began casting them into the valley. And I saw instruments prepared, chains of iron, immeasurable weight. I asked, "For whom are these chains prepared?" The angel answered, "For the hosts of Azazel, to seize them and cast them into complete condemnation." And I saw what would happen on the great day. Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, and Phanuel would take hold of them and throw them into the burning furnace, as the Lord of spirits takes vengeance for their unrighteousness. Because they became subject to Satan and led astray those who dwell on the earth. Then punishment would come from the Lord of spirits. He would open the chambers of waters above the heavens and the fountains beneath the earth. The waters would be joined, above and below, until they swept away those who live in unrighteousness. And when they finally recognized the evil they worked upon the earth, by that same judgment, they would perish. Afterward, I heard the head of days speak with sorrow. "In vain have I destroyed all who dwell on the earth." And he swore by his great name that he would not do so again. He would set a sign in heaven as a pledge between him and the earth, so long as heaven remains above the earth. Yet he also declared, in the day of tribulation and pain, chastisement and wrath would still rest upon the unrepentant. Then I heard a warning spoken to the mighty kings of the earth. "You will behold the elect one, how he sits on the throne of glory, and judges Azazel and all his hosts in the name of the Lord of spirits." And I saw angels of punishment moving, carrying scourges and chains of iron and bronze. I asked, "Where are they going?" He said, "To their elect and beloved ones, so they may be cast into the chasm of the abyss. And that valley would be filled with them. Their days would end. Their deception would no longer be counted." Then I saw unrest rising among nations. I saw the angels rushing east, toward the Parthians and the Medes, stirring kings, awakening them like lions, driving them like hungry wolves among flocks. They trampled lands. They surged forward, but the city of the righteous stood like a barrier. And then the nations turned on themselves, brother against brother, son against father, no one recognizing their own blood, corpses without number. And then I saw Sheol open its jaws and swallow sinners in the presence of the elect. After this, I saw another host, wagons and men riding them, coming on the winds from east and west and south. The sound of their approach shook the world. The pillars of the earth moved. The noise was heard from one end of heaven to the other in a single day. And then silence turned into worship. All fell down and worshiped the Lord of spirits. And this was the end of the second parable. Chapter 3, the third parable. I began to speak the third parable, a parable concerning the righteous and the elect. And I lifted my voice and said, "Blessed are you, you righteous. Blessed are you, you elect. Because your portion will be glorious, I was shown your future, and it was filled with light. The righteous will walk in the light of the sun, and the elect will dwell in the light of eternal life. Your days will not end. The days of the holy will be beyond number. You will seek the light, and you will find righteousness with the Lord of spirits. Peace will rest upon you in the name of the eternal Lord. And I saw that heaven itself would speak to the holy ones. Seek out the secrets of righteousness, the heritage of faith. For on the earth it would shine like the sun. The darkness would pass away. A light would rise that never ends, and no limit of days would ever reach it. Because darkness would first be destroyed, and the light of uprightness would be established forever before the Lord of spirits. Then my eyes were opened to mysteries. I saw the secrets of lightning, how it is released, how it strikes, how it carries judgment. I learned that it can become blessing or curse, depending on the will of the Lord of spirits. I saw the secrets of thunder, how its voice rolls through heaven, and how its sound is heard when it resounds above. And I was made to see judgments executed on earth, whether for well-being and blessing, or for curse, according to the word of the Lord of spirits. After that, all the secrets of lights and lightning were shown to me again. They illuminate for blessing, and they flash for satisfying, each according to command. Then I was given a marker in time, like a seal on the vision. In the 500th year, in the 7th month, on the 14th day, in my life, this parable unfolded before me. I saw a mighty trembling, so violent it made the heaven of heavens quake. The host of the Most High was shaken. Angels, thousands of thousands, 10,000 times 10,000, were stirred with great disquiet. And the head of days sat upon the throne of his glory, and angels and the righteous stood around him.
What Enoch is shown here raises another important idea. According to his vision, death is not presented as a final judgment. The spirits of the dead are being kept in separate places, awaiting an appointed time when judgment will be carried out. Enoch is shown divisions for righteous, for sinners, and for those who cry out for justice. And then one particular spirit is identified, Abel. The same Abel who was murdered by his brother Cain in the book of Genesis. In Genesis, God tells Cain that the voice of his brother's blood is crying out from the ground. But here, the book of Enoch expands that picture. Abel is shown as still crying out for justice, bringing his case before heaven until judgment is finally completed. That is a powerful connection. The violence committed on earth may be hidden from human eyes, but according to Enoch, it is not forgotten in heaven. Justice may appear delayed, but it is not abandoned. And this also helps us understand one of the larger themes of the book. There is an appointed time for everything. There is a time for mercy, there is a time for waiting, and there is a time for judgment. But Enoch is not only being shown places of punishment and waiting. His journey is now about to reveal something very different. Beyond the prisons, the darkness, and judgment, he will also be shown places prepared for the righteous, places of beauty, places of life, and signs that the story of Enoch does not end with destruction, but with restoration.
But when I saw it, strength left my body. A great trembling seized me. Fear took hold of me. My loins gave way. My insides turned weak, and I fell upon my face. Then Michael sent one of the holy ones to me, and he raised me up. When he lifted me, my spirit returned, because I had not been able to endure the sight of that host, or the commotion and the shaking of heaven. And Michael spoke to me. Why are you disquieted by this vision? Until now, this has been the day of mercy. The Lord has been merciful and long-suffering toward those who dwell on the earth. But then Michael's voice grew heavier, like a warning before a storm. When the day comes, the day of power, punishment, and judgment, the Lord of spirits has prepared it for those who refuse the righteous law, for those who deny righteous judgment, and for those who take his name in vain. That day is prepared. For the elect, a covenant, but for sinners, an inquisition. And I was told that when punishment rests upon the guilty, it will not rest in vain. It will strike deep, reaching families and generations, until judgment is completed according to his mercy and patience. Then I was shown a sign, strange and terrifying. On that day, 2 monsters were separated. The female was named Leviathan, appointed to dwell in the abyss of the ocean, over the fountains of the waters. The male was named Behemoth, and he occupied a desolate wilderness called Dewey Dang, east of the garden where the righteous and elect dwell, near the place where my grandfather was taken up, the 7th from Adam. I asked that the angel would show me their power, how they were divided in one day, one cast into the sea, the other into the wilderness. But the angel said to me, "Son of man, you are seeking to know what is hidden." Then he began to show me mysteries, first and last, above and below. He showed me the foundation of heaven and the ends of the earth. He showed me chambers of winds, how they are divided, how they are weighed, how their portals are counted. He showed me the power of moonlight and its fitting measure. He showed me the divisions of stars, each by name, each in its appointed order. He showed me thunder, how it has places of rest while it waits for its peal. He showed me lightning, how it is released in divisions so it may strike. And I learned that thunder and lightning are inseparable, moving together through the Spirit, never truly separated. When lightning flashes, thunder speaks, and the Spirit enforces pause and timing, like a bridle that restrains and releases, pushing their sound and power across the quarters of the earth. He showed me the spirit of the sea, masculine and strong, drawing the waters back like reins, then driving them forward so they disperse among the mountains. He showed me the spirit of hoarfrost, assigned an angel. He showed me the spirit of hail, guarded by a good angel. He showed me the spirit of snow, strong, with its own special spirit inside it, rising like smoke, its name called frost. The spirit of mist had its own chamber, glorious in light and in darkness, in winter and in summer, with an angel assigned to it. The spirit of dew dwelt at the ends of heaven, connected to the chambers of rain. Its course was winter and summer, and its clouds were joined to the clouds of mist, one giving to the other. And when the spirit of rain goes out, angels open the chamber and lead it forth, and it spreads over the whole earth and joins the waters on the ground. For the waters are nourishment for those who dwell on the earth, given from the Most High in heaven. And because of this, there is measure for rain, and angels are entrusted with it. These were the things I saw toward the garden of the righteous. Then the angel of peace who was with me spoke and said, "These 2 monsters, prepared according to the greatness of God, shall feed." After this, I saw long cords given to certain angels. They took wings and flew north. I asked, "Why have they taken cords and gone?" He answered, "They have gone to measure." And the angel with me said, "They will bring the measures of the righteous and the ropes of the righteous to the righteous, so they may hold fast to the name of the Lord of spirits forever. The elect will begin to dwell with the elect. These measures will be given to faith, and they will strengthen righteousness, and these measures will reveal the secrets of the depths of the earth, so that those destroyed by desert, devoured by beasts, and swallowed by fish of the sea may return and stand on the day of the elect one. For none shall be destroyed before the Lord of spirits, and none can be destroyed. Then I saw the heavens respond. All who dwell above received command, power, one voice, and one light, like fire. And with their first words they blessed and praised and extolled with wisdom. They were wise in utterance and in the spirit of life. Then the Lord of spirits placed the elect one on the throne of glory, and he would judge even the holy above in heaven. Their deeds would be weighed in the balance. Then a command went out to the kings and mighty and exalted, those who dwell on the earth. Open your eyes, lift up your horns, if you are able, to recognize the elect one. And the Lord of spirits seated him on the throne of glory, and the spirit of righteousness was poured out upon him. And the word of his mouth, it would slay the sinners. The unrighteous would be destroyed from before his face. Then, in that day, kings and mighty men would rise, exalted ones, rulers of the earth. And they would see and recognize how he sits on the throne of glory. Righteousness would be judged before him. No lying word could be spoken in his presence. And pain would seize them like a woman in labor, sudden, unavoidable, overwhelming. They would look at one another in terror, faces fallen, seized by anguish, because they see the Son of Man sitting on the throne of his glory. And yet, something surprising was shown to me. The kings and mighty and all who possess the earth would bless and glorify and extol the one who rules over all, the one who had been hidden. For from the beginning, the Son of Man was hidden. The Most High preserved him in the presence of his power and revealed him to the elect. The congregation of the elect and holy would be gathered, sown like seed, and all the elect would stand before him on that day. Then the kings and mighty and rulers of earth would fall on their faces, worship, and set their hope on the Son of Man. They would petition him. They would beg for mercy. But the Lord of spirits would press them, driving them quickly from his presence. Shame would flood their faces. Darkness would deepen upon them, and he would deliver them to angels of punishment, to execute vengeance, because they oppressed his children and his elect. They would become a spectacle for the righteous and the elect. The righteous would rejoice, not from cruelty, but because the wrath of the Lord of spirits had finally rested upon the oppressors, and his sword was drunk with their blood. But for the righteous and elect, there was rescue. They would be saved on that day, and never again see the face of sinners and unrighteous men. The Lord of spirits would abide over them, and with the Son of Man they would eat, lie down, and rise forever and ever. The righteous and elect would rise from the earth. Their faces would no longer be downcast. They would be clothed with garments of glory, garments of life from the Lord of spirits. Their garments would not grow old. Their glory would not pass away. Then I saw another moment, desperate and late. Mighty kings would beg for a little respite from the angels of punishment. They would want a final chance to worship and confess their sins. And they would speak, saying, "Blessed is the Lord of spirits, the Lord of kings, the Lord of the mighty, the Lord of the rich, the Lord of glory, the Lord of wisdom. Your power is splendid in every secret thing, from generation to generation. Your glory is forever. Deep are your secrets beyond number. Your righteousness cannot be measured." Now we have learned we should have blessed the King of Kings. But even as they speak, they would mourn. We long for rest, but we cannot find it. Light has vanished from us, Darkness is our dwelling forever. We did not believe. We did not glorify the name of the Lord of spirits. We trusted our scepter. We trusted our glory. In suffering and tribulation, we are not saved. We find no respite. Only the knowledge that our Lord is true in his works, true in his judgments, true in his justice. And they would confess among themselves, our souls are full of unrighteous gain. Yet it cannot keep us from descending into the burden of Sheol.
Then their faces would be filled with darkness and shame before the Son of Man.
They would be driven from his presence, and the sword would remain before his face in their midst. And I heard it spoken plainly. This is the ordinance and judgment for the mighty, for the kings, for the exalted, for those who possess the earth, before the Lord of spirits. And then I saw other forms hidden there. And I heard the voice of an angel say, "These are the angels who descended to the earth, who revealed what was hidden to the children of men and seduced mankind into sin."
Enoch, Book 3, the Book of Noah.
Chapter 1. Birth of Noah. After many days, my son Methuselah took a wife for his son Lamech. She conceived and brought forth a son. But this child was unlike any other I had ever heard of. His body was white as snow, yet red like a blooming rose. The hair of his head, his long locks, were white as wool. His eyes were beautiful, and when he opened them, light poured out like sunrise. The whole house brightened, as though the sun itself had entered the room. And then the child did something that made grown men tremble. While still in the hands of the midwife, he rose, opened his mouth, and spoke blessing to the Lord of righteousness. When Lamech saw it, fear struck him like a spear. He fled from the house and ran to his father, Methuselah. He said, "I have begotten a strange son, unlike man, resembling the sons of the God of heaven. His eyes are like rays of the sun. His face is glorious, and it seems to me he has not sprung from me, but from the angels. I fear a wonder is coming upon the earth. Go to Enoch, our father, and learn the truth. His dwelling is among the angels." When Methuselah heard those words, he came to me, far away to the ends of the earth, because he had heard I was there. He cried aloud, and I heard his voice. I came to him and said, "Here I am, my son. Why have you come?" He answered, trembling with urgency, "I have come because of great anxiety. A son has been born to Lamech, one unlike any other. His body is whiter than snow, redder than a rose. His hair is whiter than wool. His eyes are like the rays of the sun. When he opened them, the whole house lit up. And he rose in the midwife's hands and blessed the Lord of heaven."
Lamech is terrified. He thinks the child is in the likeness of the angels. I have come so you will tell me the truth.
And I answered him plainly, because the Lord had already shown me what was coming. I told him, "The Lord will do a new thing on the earth. I have seen it in vision. In the days of my father Jared, some of the angels transgressed the command of the Lord. They united themselves with women, sinned with them, took wives, and produced children. From this came giants, born not according to the Spirit, but according to the flesh. And because of this, there will be great punishment. The earth will be cleansed from impurity. A great destruction is coming over the whole earth. A deluge will come, flooding the world, and destruction will last for 1 year." Then I spoke directly about the child. This son who has been born to you will remain on the earth. He will be preserved. His 3 sons will be saved with him when all mankind perishes. Go tell Lamech, the child is truly his son. Call his name Noah, because he will be left to you, and through him the earth will be preserved after the destruction. And I told Methuselah something even heavier, because I had read the record of heaven. After that, more unrighteousness will rise again. Generation after generation will transgress until a generation of righteousness appears. Then transgression will be broken, sin will pass away, and good will come upon the earth. And I said again, so there would be no doubt. Go, tell Lamech the child is his son. This is no lie. Methuselah returned to Lamech and declared it. And the child was named Noah, because he would comfort the earth after the devastation. Chapter 2. Calling Enoch. In those days, Noah looked upon the earth and saw it sinking into ruin. He could feel destruction drawing near. So he rose and went to the ends of the earth, and he cried out to me, his grandfather, calling my name with an embittered voice, "Hear me, hear me, hear me." And I answered, "Tell me what is happening on the earth. Why is the world shaking? Why is it in such evil plight? Lest I also perish with it." Then the earth itself responded. A great commotion rose. A voice was heard from heaven. I fell on my face. And in that moment, I was shown what Noah needed to know. A command had gone out from the presence of the Lord. Ruin was determined for those who dwell on earth, because they had learned the secrets of the angels, the violence of the Satans, and hidden powers that were never meant for man. They had searched out sorcery. They had learned witchcraft. They had crafted molten images. They had pursued forbidden knowledge, even the hidden arts of metals and the mysteries of what rises from the dust and what flows from secret fountains beneath the earth. The Lord spoke to me and said, "Because of their unrighteousness, judgment has been determined, and it will not be withheld forever. Because of the sorceries they have searched out and learned, the earth and those who dwell on it will be destroyed." And Noah was told this: "They have no place of repentance, because they revealed what was hidden. They are damned." But Noah was different. The Lord of Spirits knew Noah was pure, guiltless concerning these secrets. His name would be preserved among the holy. His seed would be appointed for honor, for kingship, and for a future fountain of righteousness without number. Then I was shown angels of punishment, prepared to unleash the powers of the waters beneath the earth, to bring judgment and destruction. But I also saw mercy holding judgment back. The Lord commanded the angels not to release the waters yet, to restrain them, for those angels were over the powers of the deep. After that, I withdrew from Noah and went away from my presence among men. Chapter 3. Judgment of Angels. Then the word of God came to Noah, and I was made to know what was spoken to him. "Noah, your lot has come up before me, without blame, a lot of love and uprightness. The angels are working. When they complete their task, I will place my hand upon it and preserve it. From you will come seed of life, and the earth will not remain without inhabitant. I will establish your seed forever. Those with you will spread abroad. It will not be unfruitful. It will multiply on the earth in the name of the Lord." Then I was shown judgment prepared for the angels who taught unrighteousness. They would be imprisoned in the burning valley my grandfather had shown me long ago. West, among mountains of gold, silver, iron, tin, and soft metal. I saw that valley, and it was alive with convulsion, fire and water twisting together, the ground trembling, the waters heaving. From molten fire and violent upheaval rose the smell of sulfur. Beneath that land, the valley burned, because it had become the place of punishment for angels who led mankind astray. Streams of fire ran through its channels, paths of judgment, where these angels were punished for corrupting the earth. And I was shown a terrifying paradox. Those waters would serve two purposes. For kings and mighty men and the exalted, those who dwell on earth, they would become a healing for the body. But for the spirit, punishment. Because their spirits were full of lust, they would be punished in their flesh. They denied the Lord of spirits. They looked upon their punishment day by day and still refused to believe in his name. And I was shown the power of this oath, an oath unlike any other. It was mighty. It was unbreakable. And it was placed into the hand of Michael. These are the secrets bound within that oath, and they are strong beyond measure. By this oath, the heavens were suspended before the world was ever formed, and they remain so forever. By this oath, the earth was founded upon the waters, and from the hidden chambers of the mountains flow beautiful waters, from the beginning of creation and unto eternity. By this oath, the sea was set in place, and sand was appointed as its boundary against the day of anger. It does not cross that line. It has never crossed it, from the creation of the world to everlasting. By this oath, the depths were secured, fixed in their stations, never drifting, never shaking, from eternity to eternity. By this oath, the sun and the moon complete their appointed course. They do not deviate. They do not rebel. They keep their ordinance from age to age. By this oath, the stars complete their paths. He calls them each by name, and they answer him from eternity to eternity. This oath holds dominion over them all. Through it, their paths are preserved, their courses do not collapse, and their order does not fail. When these things were revealed, there was great joy among them. They blessed, they glorified, and they extolled, because the name of the Son of Man had been revealed to them. Then I saw him seated upon the throne of his glory, and the full measure of judgment was given into his hands. By his authority, the sinners were made to pass away, destroyed from the face of the earth, along with those who led the world astray. They were bound with chains. They were imprisoned in their place of destruction, and their works vanished, wiped away from the earth. From that moment forward, nothing corruptible would remain, for the Son of Man had appeared. He had taken his seat on the throne of glory, and all evil fled before his presence. His word went forth, firm, unstoppable, eternal, strong before the Lord of spirits. And I knew what was sworn by this oath would never fail. Enoch, Book 4, The Kingdom of Heaven. Chapter 1. Enoch is taken. After these things, my name was lifted up from among those who dwell on the earth, and raised to the Son of Man and to the Lord of spirits while I was still alive. I was carried upward on the chariots of the Spirit. And from that moment my name vanished from among men, and I was no longer numbered with those who dwell on the earth. I was set between the two winds, between the north and the west, where the angels measured out for me a dwelling prepared for the righteous and the elect. There I saw the first fathers, the righteous who have dwelt in that place from the beginning of the world. Then my spirit was translated, and I ascended into the heavens. I saw the holy sons of God, walking upon flames of fire, their garments white, their faces radiant like snow. 2 streams of fire flowed before me, shining like hyacinth, and I fell upon my face before the Lord of spirits. Michael took hold of my right hand, lifted me up, and led me into the secrets of righteousness. He showed me the ends of heaven, the chambers of the stars, and the paths of the luminaries, where they proceed from and where they return before the face of the holy ones. My spirit was carried into the heaven of heavens, and there I saw a structure built entirely of crystal, encircled by tongues of living fire. A fiery girdle surrounded it, and from its 4 sides flowed streams of living fire that guarded the house. Around it stood seraphim, cherubim, and ophanim, the watchers who never sleep and who guard the throne of his glory. I saw angels beyond number, thousands upon thousands, and 10,000 times 10,000, encircling the house in perfect order. Then came Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, and Phanuel, and with them the head of days, whose hair was white as wool and whose garments were beyond all description. I collapsed before him. My body weakened, my spirit was transformed, and I cried out with power, blessing, glorifying, and extolling him. And the praise that went forth from my mouth was pleasing before him. Then the head of days spoke and said, "This is the Son of Man, born unto righteousness. Righteousness abides with him and never departs. Peace was proclaimed to me in the name of the world to come. The righteous will walk in his ways, dwell with him forever, and never be separated from him. Their days will be long, their path upright, and their peace unending, in the name of the Lord of spirits, forever and ever." Chapter 2. The Luminaries. Then I was shown the laws of the heavens. Uriel, the holy angel appointed over the lights, revealed to me the order of the sun, the moon, and the stars as they were established from the beginning, and as they will remain until the new creation. I saw the sun rise through appointed eastern gates and set through western portals, driven by the wind and burning with fire, never wandering from its path. Through its course, the lengths of days and nights change, not by chance, but by command. I saw how the year is completed in perfect justice, without error, without delay. The sun does not advance nor fall behind even a single day. I saw the moon, lesser in light but faithful in her course, receiving light in measured portions, waxing and waning according to appointed times. Her phases mark months, seasons, and sacred rhythms placed into the world. Nothing strays, nothing rushes ahead, nothing falls behind. The sun and stars complete the years exactly, 364 days, without deviation, forever. I saw the 12 gates of heaven, from which the winds are released. Some winds bring rain, dew, blessing, and prosperity. Others bring drought, frost, destruction, and judgment. Each wind is released at its appointed time and restrained when its work is complete. I saw the quarters of the earth, the east, the south, the west, and the north, each established with purpose. And in the north, I saw a place set apart, the garden of righteousness. I saw 7 great mountains, 7 mighty rivers, vast seas, islands, and boundaries, all measured, all restrained, all governed by command. Even the winds obey. Uriel showed me that every star every season, every storm, and every silence moves according to law, not chaos. And I wrote it all down, exactly as it was shown to me. Thus I was shown the kingdom of heaven, not as myth, not as poetry, but as structure, order, and authority. Nothing in heaven moves without command. Nothing on earth escapes measure. And I, Enoch, saw these things so that those who dwell on the earth may know. The universe is not random, judgment is not forgotten, and righteousness has a throne. Chapter 3. Heavenly Tablets. In those days the angel Uriel answered and said to me, Behold, I have shown thee everything, Enoch, and I have revealed everything to thee, that thou shouldst see this sun and this moon, and the leaders of the stars of the heaven, and all those who turn them, their tasks and times and departures. And in the days of the sinners the years shall be shortened, and their seed shall be tardy on their lands and fields. All things on the earth shall alter and shall not appear in their time. The rain shall be kept back, and the heaven shall withhold it. The fruits of the earth shall be backward, and shall not grow in their time, and the fruits of the trees shall be withheld in their time. The moon shall alter her order, and not appear at her time. In those days the sun shall be seen, and he shall journey in the evening on the extremity of the great chariot in the west, and shall shine more brightly than accords with the order of light. Many chiefs of the stars shall transgress the order. These shall alter their orbits and tasks, and not appear at the seasons prescribed to them. The whole order of the stars shall be concealed from the sinners, and the thoughts of those on the earth shall err concerning them. They shall be altered from all their ways. Yea, they shall err, and take them to be gods. Evil shall be multiplied upon them, and punishment shall come upon them, so as to destroy all. And he said unto me, Observe, Enoch, these heavenly tablets, and read what is written thereon, and mark every individual fact. So I observed the heavenly tablets, and read everything written thereon, and I understood everything. I read the book of all the deeds of mankind, and of all the children of flesh that shall be upon the earth to the remotest generations. And forthwith I blessed the great Lord, the King of glory forever, because he has made all the works of the world. I extolled the Lord because of his patience, and I blessed him because of the children of men. And after that I said, Blessed is the man who dies in righteousness and goodness, concerning whom there is no book of unrighteousness written, and against whom no day of judgment shall be found. Then those 7 holy ones brought me, and placed me on the earth before the door of my house, and they said to me, Declare everything to thy son Methuselah, and show to all thy children that no flesh is righteous in the sight of the Lord, for he is their creator. 1 year we will leave thee with thy son, till thou givest thy commands, that thou mayest teach thy children, and record for them, and testify to all thy children. And in the 2nd year they shall take thee from their midst. Let thy heart be strong, for the good shall announce righteousness to the good. The righteous with the righteous shall rejoice, and shall offer congratulation to one another. But the sinners shall die with the sinners, and the apostate go down with the apostate. Those who practice righteousness shall die on account of the deeds of men, and be taken away on account of the doings of the godless. In those days they ceased to speak to me, and I came to my people, blessing the Lord of the world. Chapter 4. 1 year to record. And now, my son Methuselah, all these things I am recounting to thee and writing down for thee. I have revealed to thee everything, and given thee books concerning all these. So preserve, my son Methuselah, the books from thy father's hand, and see that thou deliver them to the generations of the world. I have given wisdom to thee, and to thy children, and thy children that shall be to thee, Mondeu, that they may give it to their children for generations. This wisdom that passeth their thought. Those who understand it shall not sleep, but shall listen with the ear that they may learn this wisdom. It shall please those that eat thereof better than good food. Blessed are all the righteous, blessed are all those who walk in the way of righteousness, and sin not as the sinners. In the reckoning of all their days in which the sun traverses the heaven, entering into and departing from the portals for 30 days, with the heads of thousands of the order of the stars, together with the 4 which are intercalated, which divide the 4 portions of the year, which lead them and enter with them 4 days. Owing to them men shall be at fault, and not reckon them in the whole reckoning of the year. Yea, men shall be at fault, and not recognize them accurately. For they belong to the reckoning of the year, and are truly recorded forever. 1 in the first portal, and 1 in the third, and 1 in the fourth, and 1 in the sixth. And the year is completed in 364 days. And the account thereof is accurate, and the recorded reckoning thereof exact. For the luminaries, and months, and festivals, and years and days, has Uriel shown and revealed to me, to whom the Lord of the whole creation of the world hath subjected the host of heaven. He has power over night and day in the heaven, to cause the light to give light to men, sun, moon, and stars, and all the powers of the heaven which revolve in their circular chariots. These are the orders of the stars, which set in their places and in their seasons and festivals and months. And these are the names of those who lead them, who watch that they enter at their times, in their orders, in their seasons, in their months, in their periods of dominion, and in their positions. Their 4 leaders who divide the 4 parts of the year enter first. After them, the 12 leaders of the orders who divide the months. And for the 360, there are heads over thousands who divide the days. And for the 4 intercalary days, there are the leaders which sunder the 4 parts of the year. These heads over thousands are intercalated between leader and leader, each behind a station, but their leaders make the division. These are the names of the leaders who divide the 4 parts of the year which are ordained: Milkiel, Helemelech, Melejal, and Narel. And the names of those who lead them: Adnarel, Ejasusael, and Elomael. These 3 follow the leaders of the orders. And there is one that follows the 3 leaders of the orders, which follow those leaders of stations that divide the 4 parts of the year. In the beginning of the year, Melchijal rises first and rules, who is named Tamini and son. And all the days of his dominion whilst he bears rule are 91 days. And these are the signs of the days to be seen on earth in the days of his dominion: sweat, heat, and calms. All the trees bear fruit, leaves are produced on all the trees, the harvest of wheat appears, the rose flowers, and all the flowers which come forth in the field. But the trees of the winter season become withered. And these are the names of the leaders under him: Berkael, Zelabsel, and another who is added a head of 1,000, called Hilujaseph, and the days of his dominion are at an end. The next leader after him is Helemelech, whom one names the Shining Sun, and all the days of his light are 91 days. And these are the signs of days on the earth: glowing heat and dryness. The trees ripen their fruits, and produces all their fruits ripe and ready. The sheep pair and become pregnant, All the fruits of the earth are gathered in, and everything that is in the fields, and the winepress. These things take place in the days of his dominion. These are the names, and the orders, and the leaders of those heads of thousands: Gidaljal, Keel, Heel, and the name of the head of 1,000, which is added to them, Asphael. And the days of his dominion are at an end. Chapter 5. Visions. First-person documentary/movie-style narration. I kept the sacred tone, but made it flow like voiceover. My son, Methuselah, come close and listen. What I'm about to tell you is not rumor, not imagination, not a tale to entertain the night. These are the visions that were placed before my eyes. Visions I saw before I ever took a wife. 2 dreams, unlike each other, yet bound by the same warning. The first vision, the collapse. The first came in the days when my hand was still learning to write. I was resting in the house of my grandfather, Mahalalel. The night was quiet, and then, without warning, heaven itself began to break. In the vision, I watched the sky collapse, like a great roof tearing loose from its foundations. Then it was carried off and crashed down toward the earth. When it struck, the world beneath it did something no man should ever see. The earth opened and was swallowed into a great abyss. Mountains hung on top of mountains as if creation had lost its balance. Hills sank into hills. Trees, high ancient trees, were ripped from their roots, hurled like broken spears, and buried in the darkness. And in that moment, a cry rose out of me before I even understood it. It fell into my mouth like fire. "The earth is destroyed!" My grandfather woke me as I lay near him. He saw the terror on my face and said, "Why do you cry out, my son? Why do you lament like this?" So I told him everything. Every shaking mountain, every collapsing hill, every tree swallowed by the abyss. And Mahalalel, wise and heavy with years, looked at me with a fear that wasn't panic, but recognition. He said, "You have seen something terrible. This dream reaches into the secret of the earth's sin. It must sink and be destroyed with a great destruction." Then he said something that still burns in me. "Rise, my son. Petition the Lord of glory. You are a believer. Ask him that a remnant may remain, so he does not destroy the whole earth. For from heaven this will come, and upon the earth there will be great destruction." So I rose, and I prayed, implored, begged, pleaded, and I wrote down my prayer for generations who would come after us. Then I went outside under the open sky, and I looked again at the world as it was in the beginning. The sun rising in the east, the moon setting in the west, a few stars still holding their stations, earth still standing, still breathing. And I blessed the Lord of judgment, because even in a world headed for ruin, the sun still runs the path appointed to it. I lifted my hands in righteousness and spoke with the tongue of flesh God gave to men. And I said, "Blessed are you, O Lord, King great and mighty in your greatness, Lord of the whole creation of heaven, King of kings and God of the whole world. Your dominion endures forever. The heavens are your throne, the earth is your footstool. You made all things, and you rule all things. Nothing is too hard for you. You see and hear everything. Nothing hides from you. And now the angels of your heavens are guilty of trespass. And upon the flesh of men your wrath abides until the great day of judgment. So I beg you, leave me a posterity on the earth. Do not destroy all flesh and make the earth without inhabitant. Do not make an eternal destruction. Destroy from the earth the flesh that has provoked your wrath, but establish the flesh of righteousness and uprightness as an eternal seed. Do not hide your face from the prayer of your servant. That was the first vision. And then I saw another dream, one that unfolded like a long film of the world's entire history. And I will show you the whole dream, my son. The second vision, the animals, the stars, and the flood. Before I took your mother Edna, I lay on my bed and the vision opened. I saw a bull come forth from the earth, white and strong. Then a heifer appeared. After her came two bulls, one black and one red. The black bull attacked. He gored the red one and chased him across the earth until the red bull vanished from my sight. The black bull grew in power. The heifer stayed with him. And soon, many oxen came from them, offspring that resembled the black bull and followed him. But the first cow, the heifer, grieved. She wandered, searching for that lost red one. She lamented with a great lamentation until the first bull came to her and quieted her, and her crying ceased. Then she bore another white bull, and after him, many bulls and black cows. I watched that new white bull grow until he became a great white bull. And from him came many white bulls, like light multiplying after light. They followed one another, generation after generation. Then something happened that made my spirit shudder. I saw the heaven above, and a star fell. It didn't simply fall and vanish. It rose again, moved among the oxen, and began to feed as though it belonged there. Then more stars descended, many, casting themselves down to that first star. They became bulls among the cattle and grazed among them. But these were not like the others. They revealed themselves in shameful corruption, and they began to cover the cows. The cows became pregnant, and what they birthed was monstrous. Elephants, camels, and asses. Creatures of power, weight, and violence. The oxen feared them. The earth itself trembled. Those monsters began to bite, devour, gore, then turn on each other, until the whole world shook, and the earth cried aloud like a witness in court. And then I looked up again. From heaven came beings like white men, radiant, severe, unmoved. 4 came first, and with them 3 more. The 3 who came last seized me by the hand, as if I were a child pulled from a burning house, and they lifted me away from the generations of the earth. They set me on a high place and showed me a tower rising above the world. And one said to me, "Remain here until you see everything that befalls these elephants, camels, and asses, the stars and the oxen, all of it." And I watched judgment begin. One of the 4 seized the first fallen star and bound it hand and foot and threw it into an abyss, narrow, deep, horrible, dark. Another drew a sword and gave it to the elephants, camels, and asses, and they began to slaughter one another. The earth quaked like it was breaking apart. Then the other gathered the great stars, those that had corrupted themselves, and bound them hand and foot and cast them into the abyss of the earth. But then the vision turned. One of the 4 went to the white bull and spoke to him in a secret, without terrifying him. The bull became a man, and that man built a great vessel, a massive ark, and he lived upon it. 3 bulls entered with him, one white, one red as blood, one black, and the vessel was sealed. Then I looked up again and saw a lofty roof with 7 torrents of water. They poured down into a great enclosure. Fountains broke open from beneath the earth, and the water rose. Darkness came with it. Mist. A swelling flood that climbed higher than the enclosure until it streamed over it and covered the earth. Everything inside that enclosure, cattle, beasts, the monstrous creatures, was swallowed. They sank. They vanished into the depths. Only the vessel floated. Then the torrents were removed. The chasms of the earth were leveled and other abysses opened, swallowing the waters back down. The ground appeared again. Light returned. The man came out of the vessel, the white bull who had become a man, and the 3 with him. Then the white one departed from the others. And from that moment the world filled with new kinds of creatures: lions, tigers, wolves, dogs, hyenas, boars, foxes, birds of prey, generation after generation. And among them, a white bull was born again. From there, the vision kept unfolding, like a long road through history. The sheep multiplied. Wolves oppressed them. The Lord of the sheep descended. A sea split. Wolves drowned. The sheep wandered. Leaders rose and fell. A house was built for the Lord. A tower was raised. Then the sheep strayed again, and beasts devoured them. I cried out, because I could see the pattern. Rebellion, judgment, mercy, then rebellion again. I saw 70 shepherds appointed over the sheep, and many abused the flock, destroying more than was commanded. I saw records kept, written, sealed, read before the Lord of the sheep. I saw a sword given to the sheep, and the beasts fleeing. I saw the earth split open under the Lord's wrath, swallowing the predators. Then I saw a throne set up in a pleasant land. A new house was built, greater and loftier than the first, and the flock gathered in it. And I saw something that felt like the end of sorrow. The sheep were all white, their wool clean, and their eyes opened, every one of them. And there was not one among them who did not see. Then a white bull was born with great horns, and all beasts and birds feared him. And finally, the generations were transformed until they became white bulls. And I slept among them. Then I awoke, and when I opened my eyes in the real world, my son, I wept. I blessed the Lord of righteousness and gave him glory, but my tears would not stop, because I had seen what must be fulfilled. Everything, every deed, was shown to me in order. And that night I remembered the first dream again, and I wept even more, because I had seen the vision. Enoch, Book 5, the Epistle of Enoch, Chapter 1, the Guidance of Enoch. And now, my son Methuselah, call to me all thy brothers, and gather together to me all the sons of thy mother. For the word calls me, and the Spirit is poured out upon me, that I may show you everything that shall befall you forever. Thereupon Methuselah went, and summoned to him all his brothers, and assembled his relatives. And he spake unto all the children of righteousness, and said, Hear, ye sons of Enoch, all the words of your father, and hearken aright to the voice of my mouth. For I exhort you, and say unto you, Beloved, love uprightness, and walk therein. Draw not nigh to uprightness with a double heart, and associate not with those of a double heart. But walk in righteousness, my sons. And it shall guide you on good paths, and righteousness shall be your companion. For I know that violence must increase on the earth, and a great chastisement be executed on the earth, and all unrighteousness come to an end. Yea, it shall be cut off from its roots, and its whole structure be destroyed. And unrighteousness shall again be consummated on the earth. And all the deeds of unrighteousness and of violence and transgression shall prevail in a twofold degree. And when sin and unrighteousness and blasphemy and violence in all kinds of deeds increase, and apostasy and transgression and uncleanness increase, a great chastisement shall come from heaven upon all these, and the Holy Lord will come forth with wrath and chastisement to execute judgment on earth. In those days, violence shall be cut off from its roots, and the roots of unrighteousness, together with deceit, shall be destroyed from under heaven. And all the idols of the heathen shall be abandoned, and the temples burned with fire, and they shall remove them from the whole earth. And they shall be cast into the judgment of fire, and shall perish in wrath and grievous judgment forever. And the righteous shall arise from their sleep, and wisdom shall arise and be given unto them. And after that, the roots of unrighteousness shall be cut off, and the sinners shall be destroyed by the sword, and the blasphemers destroyed in every place. And those who plan violence and those who commit blasphemy shall perish by the sword. And now I tell you, my sons, and show you the paths of righteousness and the paths of violence. Yea, I will show them to you again, that ye may know what will come to pass. And now, listen to me, my sons, and walk in the paths of righteousness, and walk not in the paths of violence. For all who walk in the paths of unrighteousness shall perish forever. Chapter 2. Wisdom of Enoch. The book written by Enoch. Enoch indeed wrote this complete doctrine of wisdom, praised of all men, and a judge of all the earth, for all my children who shall dwell on the earth, and for the future generations, who shall observe uprightness and peace. Let not your spirit be troubled on account of the times, for the Holy and Great One has appointed days for all things. And the righteous one shall arise from sleep, shall arise and walk in the paths of righteousness. And all his path and conversation shall be in eternal goodness and grace. He will be gracious to the righteous and give him eternal uprightness, and he will give him power so that he shall be with goodness and righteousness. And he shall walk in eternal light. And sin shall perish in darkness forever, and shall no more be seen from that day forevermore. And after that, Enoch both gave and began to recount from the books. And Enoch said, concerning the children of righteousness, and concerning the elect of the world, and concerning the plant of uprightness, I will speak these things. Yea, I, Enoch, will declare unto you, my sons, according to that which appeared to me in the heavenly vision, and which I have known through the word of the holy angels, and have learnt from the heavenly tablets. And Enoch began to recount from the books, and said, I was born the 7th in the 1st week, while judgment and righteousness still endured. And after me there shall arise in the 2nd week great wickedness and deceit shall have sprung up, and in it there shall be the first end. And in it a man shall be saved. And after it is ended, unrighteousness shall grow up, and a law shall be made for the sinners. And after that, in the 3rd week at its close, a man shall be elected as the plant of righteous judgment, and his posterity shall become the plant of righteousness forevermore. And after that, in the 4th week at its close, visions of the holy and righteous shall be seen, and a law for all generations, and an enclosure shall be made for them. And after that, in the 5th week at its close, the house of glory and dominion, shall be built forever. And after that, in the 6th week, all who live in it shall be blinded, and the hearts of all of them shall godlessly forsake wisdom. And in it a man shall ascend, and at its close the house of dominion shall be burnt with fire. And the whole race of the chosen root shall be dispersed. And after that, in the 7th week, shall an apostate generation arise, and many shall be its deeds, and all its deeds shall be apostate. And at its close shall be elected the elect righteous of the eternal plant of righteousness, to receive 7-fold instruction concerning all his creation. For who is there of all the children of men that is able to hear the voice of the Holy One without being troubled? And who can think his thoughts? And who can behold all the works of heaven? And how should there be one who could behold the heaven and understand the things of heaven, or see a soul or a spirit and tell thereof, or ascend and see all their ends? And now I say unto you, my sons, love righteousness and walk therein. For the paths of righteousness are worthy of acceptation. But the paths of unrighteousness shall suddenly be destroyed and vanish. And now I say unto you, the righteous, walk not in the paths of wickedness, nor in the paths of death, and draw not nigh to them, lest ye be destroyed. But seek and choose for yourselves righteousness and an elect life, and walk in the paths of peace, and ye shall live and prosper. Chapter 3. The Wisdom of Enoch. Believe ye righteous that the sinners will become a shame and perish in the day of unrighteousness. Be it known unto you that the Most High is mindful of your destruction, and the angels of heaven rejoice over your destruction. What will ye do, ye sinners? And whither will ye flee on that day of judgment, when ye hear the voice of the prayer of the righteous? Yea, ye shall fare like unto them against whom this word shall be a testimony. Ye have been companions of sinners. And in those days the prayer of the righteous shall reach unto the Lord, and for you the days of your judgment shall come. And all the words of your unrighteousness shall be read out before the great Holy One, and your faces shall be covered with shame, and he will reject every work which is grounded on unrighteousness. Woe to you, ye sinners, who live on the mid-ocean and on the dry land, whose remembrance is evil against you. Woe to you who acquire silver and gold in unrighteousness and say, we have become rich with riches and have possessions and have acquired everything we have desired. And now let us do what we purposed. For we have gathered silver, and many are the husbandmen in our houses, and our granaries are full as with water. Yea, and like water your lies shall flow away. For your riches shall not abide, but speedily ascend from you. For ye have acquired it all in unrighteousness, and ye shall be given over to a great curse. And now I swear unto you, to the wise and to the foolish, for ye shall have manifold experiences on the earth. For ye men shall put on more adornments than a woman, and colored garments more than a virgin. In royalty, and in grandeur, and in power, and in silver, and in gold, gold and in purple, and in splendor, and in food, they shall be poured out as water. Therefore they shall be wanting in doctrine and wisdom, and they shall perish thereby together with their possessions, and with all their glory and their splendor. In shame and in slaughter and in great destitution their spirits shall be cast into the furnace of fire. I have sworn unto you, ye sinners, as a mountain has not become a slave, and a hill does not become the handmaid of a woman, even so sin has not been sent upon the earth. but man of himself has created it. And under a great curse shall they fall who commit it. And barrenness has not been given to the woman, but on account of the deeds of her own hands she dies without children. I have sworn unto you, ye sinners, by the Holy Great One, that all your evil deeds are revealed in the heavens, and that none of your deeds of oppression are covered and hidden. And do not think in your spirit, nor say in your heart, that ye do not know, and that ye do not see, that every sin is every day recorded in heaven in the presence of the Most High. From henceforth ye know that all your oppression wherewith ye oppress is written down every day till the day of your judgment. Woe to you, ye fools! For through your folly shall ye perish. And ye transgress against the wise, and so good hap shall not be your portion. And now know ye that ye are prepared for the day of destruction. Wherefore do not hope to live, ye sinners, but ye shall depart and die. For ye know no ransom. For ye are prepared for the day of the great judgment, for the day of tribulation and great shame for your spirits. Woe to you, ye obstinate of heart, who work wickedness and eat blood. Whence have ye good things to eat and to drink and to be filled? From all the good things which the Lord the Most High has placed in abundance on the earth. Therefore ye shall have no peace. Wherefore do ye hope for good hap unto yourselves? Know that ye shall be delivered into the hands of the righteous, and they shall cut off your necks and slay you, and have no mercy upon you. Woe to you who rejoice in the tribulation of the righteous, for no grave shall be dug for you. Woe to you who set at naught the words of the righteous, for ye shall have no hope of life. Woe to you who write down lying and godless words, for they write down their lies that men may hear them, and act godlessly towards neighbors. Therefore they shall have no peace, but die a sudden death. Woe to you who work godlessness and glory in lying, and extol them. Ye shall perish, and no happy life shall be yours. Woe to them who pervert the words of uprightness, and transgress the eternal law, and transform themselves into what they were not, into sinners. They shall be trodden under foot upon the earth. In those days make ready, ye righteous, to raise your prayers as a memorial, and place them as a testimony before the angels, that they may place the sin of the sinners for a memorial before the Most High. In those days the nations shall be stirred up, and the families of the nations shall arise on the day of destruction. And in those days the destitute shall go forth and carry off their children, and they shall abandon them, so that their children shall perish through them. Yea, they shall abandon their children sucklings, and not return to them, and shall have no pity on their beloved ones. And again I swear to you, ye sinners, that sin is prepared for a day of unceasing bloodshed. And they who worship stones and grave images of gold and silver and wood and clay, and those who worship impure spirits and demons and all kinds of idols not according to knowledge, shall get no manner of help from them. And they shall become godless by reason of the folly of their hearts. And their eyes shall be blinded through the fear of their hearts, and through visions in their dreams. Through these they shall become godless and fearful. For they shall have wrought all their work in a lie, and shall have worshipped a stone. Therefore in an instant shall they perish. But in those days blessed are all they who accept the words of wisdom, and understand them, and observe the paths of the Most High, and walk in the path of his righteousness, and become not godless with the godless, for they shall be saved. Woe to you who spread evil to your neighbors, for you shall be slain in Sheol. Woe to you who make deceitful and false measures, and who cause bitterness on the earth, for they shall thereby be utterly consumed. Woe to you who build your houses through the grievous toil of others, and all their building materials are the bricks and stones of sin. I tell you, ye shall have no peace. Woe to them who reject the measure and eternal heritage of their fathers, and whose souls follow after idols, for they shall have no rest. Woe to them who work unrighteousness and help oppression and slay their neighbors until the day of the great judgment. For he shall cast down your glory and bring affliction on your hearts, and shall arouse his fierce indignation and destroy you all with the sword. And all the holy and righteous shall remember your sins. And in those days, in one place, the fathers together with their sons shall be smitten, and brothers one with another shall fall in death till the streams flow with their blood. For a man shall not withhold his hand from slaying his sons and his sons' sons, and the sinner shall not withhold his hand from his honored brother. From dawn till sunset they shall slay one another. And the horse shall walk up to the breast in the blood of sinners, and the chariot shall be submerged to its height. In those days the angels shall descend into the secret places and gather together into one place all those who brought down sin, and the Most High will arise on that day of judgment to execute great judgment amongst sinners. And over all the righteous and holy he will appoint guardians from amongst the holy angels to guard them as the apple of an eye, until he makes an end of all wickedness and all sin. And though the righteous sleep a long sleep, they have naught to fear. And the children of the earth shall see the wise in security, and shall understand all the words of this book, and recognize that their riches shall not be able to save them in the overthrow of their sins. Woe to you, sinners, on the day of strong anguish, ye who afflict the righteous and burn them with fire. Ye shall be requited according to your works. Woe to you, ye obstinate of heart, who watch in order to devise wickedness. Therefore shall fear come upon you, and there shall be none to help you. Woe to you, ye sinners, on account of the words of your mouth, and on account of the deeds of your hands, which your godlessness has wrought. In blazing flames, burning worse than fire, shall ye burn. And now know ye that from the angels he will inquire as to your deeds in heaven, from the sun and from the moon, and from the stars in reference to your sins, because upon the earth ye execute judgment on the righteous. And he will summon to testify against you every cloud and mist, and dew and rain, for they shall all be withheld because of you from descending upon you, and they shall be mindful of your sins. And now give presents to the rain, that it be not withheld from descending upon you, nor yet the dew when it has received gold and silver from you, that it may descend. When the hoarfrost and snow with their chilliness, and all the snowstorms with all their plagues fall upon you, in those days ye shall not be able to stand before them. Chapter 4. Wisdom of Enoch. Observe the heaven, ye children of heaven, and every work of the Most High, and fear ye him, and work no evil in his presence. If he closes the windows of heaven, and withholds the rain and the dew from descending on the earth on your account, what will ye do then? And if he sends his anger upon you because of your deeds, ye cannot petition him. For ye spake proud and insolent words against his righteousness. Therefore ye shall have no peace. And see ye not the sailors of the ships, how their ships are tossed to and fro by the waves, and are shaken by the winds, and are in sore trouble? And therefore do they fear, because all their goodly possessions go into the sea with them. And they have evil forebodings of heart, that the sea will swallow them, and they will perish therein. Are not the entire sea, and all its waters, and all its movements, the work of the Most High? And has he not set limits to its doings, and confined it throughout by the sand? And at his reproof it is afraid, and dries up, and all its fish die, and all that is in it. But ye sinners that are on the earth, fear him not. Has he not made the heaven and the earth, and all that is therein? Who has given understanding and wisdom to everything that moves on the earth and in the sea? Do not the sailors of the ships fear the sea? Yet sinners fear not the Most High. In those days when he hath brought a grievous fire upon you, whither will ye flee, and where will ye find deliverance? And when he launches forth his word against you, will ye not be affrighted and fear? And all the luminaries shall be affrighted with great fear, and all the earth shall be affrighted and tremble and be alarmed. And all the angels shall execute their commands, and shall seek to hide themselves from the presence of the great glory. And the children of earth shall tremble and quake. And ye sinners shall be cursed forever, and ye shall have no peace. Fear ye not, ye souls of the righteous, and be hopeful, ye that have died in righteousness. And grieve not, if your soul into Sheol has descended in grief. And that in your life your body fared not according to your goodness, but wait for the day of the judgment of sinners, and for the day of cursing and chastisement. And yet when ye die, the sinners speak over you. As we die, so die the righteous. And what benefit do they reap for their deeds? Behold, even as we, so do they die in grief and darkness. And what have they more than we? From henceforth we are equal. And what will they receive, and what will they see forever? Behold, they too have died, and henceforth forever shall they see no light. I tell you, ye sinners, ye are content to eat and drink and rob and sin and strip men naked and acquire wealth and see good days. Have ye seen the righteous how their end falls out? That no manner of violence is found in them till their death? Nevertheless, they perished and became as though they had not been, and their spirits descended into Sheol in tribulation. Chapter 5. Wisdom of Enoch. Another book which Enoch wrote for his son Methuselah, and for those who will come after him and keep the law in the last days. Ye who have done good shall wait for those days till an end is made of those who work evil, and an end of the might of the transgressors. And wait ye indeed till sin has passed away, for their names shall be blotted out of the book of life and out of the holy books, and their seed shall be destroyed forever. And their spirits shall be slain, and they shall cry and make lamentation in a place that is a chaotic wilderness, and in the fire shall they burn, for there is no earth there. And I saw there something like an invisible cloud, for by reason of its depth I could not look over. And I saw a flame of fire blazing brightly, and things like shining mountains circling and sweeping to and fro. And I asked one of the holy angels who was with me, and said unto him, What is this shining thing? For it is not a heaven, but only the flame of a blazing fire, and the voice of weeping and crying and lamentation and strong pain. And he said unto me, This place which thou seest, here are cast the spirits of sinners and blasphemers, and of those who work wickedness, and of those who pervert everything that the Lord hath spoken through the mouth of the prophets, the things that shall be. For some of them are written and inscribed above in the heaven, in order that the angels may read them, and know that which shall befall the sinners, and the spirits of the humble, and of those who have afflicted their bodies, and been recompensed by God, and of those who have been put to shame by wicked men, who love God, and love neither gold nor silver, nor any of the good things which are in the world, but gave over their bodies to torture, who, since they came into being, longed not after earthly food, but regarded everything as a passing breath and lived accordingly. And the Lord tried them much, and their spirits were found pure, so that they should bless his name. And all the blessings destined for them I have recounted in the books. And he hath assigned them their recompense, because they have been found to be such as loved heaven more than their life in the world. And though they were trodden under foot of wicked men, and experienced abuse and reviling from them, and were put to shame, yet they blessed me. And now I will summon the spirits of the good, who belong to the generation of light, and I will transform those who were born in darkness, who in the flesh were not recompensed with such honor as their faithfulness deserved. And I will bring forth in shining light those who have loved my holy name, and I will seat each on the throne of his honor. And they shall be resplendent for times without number, for righteousness is the judgment of God. For to the faithful he will give faithfulness in the habitation of upright paths. And they shall see those who were born in darkness led into darkness, while the righteous shall be resplendent, and the sinners shall cry aloud and see them resplendent. And they indeed will go where days and seasons are prescribed for them.
There is something important to notice about the way Book 1 of Enoch is coming to an end. For much of this book, we have seen rebellion, corruption, violence, imprisonment, and judgment. We have seen the watchers fall. We have seen the giants bring destruction upon the earth. We have seen places of darkness prepared for rebellious beings, and places where the spirits of the dead await judgment. But judgment is not the final picture Enoch is trying to show us. Beyond the darkness, he is showing us restoration. He sees a magnificent tree whose fruit will one day be given to the righteous after the great judgment. Enoch is told that the elect will rejoice, enter the holy place, and live in a world where sorrow, torment, plague, and calamity no longer dominate their lives. Later, he is taken even further east into the garden of righteousness, where he sees the tree of knowledge, the tree connected with the story of humanity's first parents in the Garden of Eden. And in a sense, the story has now come full circle. Humanity's story began with a garden, a command, a boundary that was crossed. The Watchers also crossed boundaries established by God, and throughout Book 1, rebellion repeatedly bring corruption and judgment. But Enoch is also shown that God's purpose does not end with destruction. The righteous are promised peace, the elect are promised life, and creation itself is ultimately presented as belonging to God, who established his order in the beginning. So, the movement of Book 1 is clear. Rebellion leads to corruption. Corruption leads to judgment. But beyond judgment, Enoch is also shown the hope of restoration. And as his journey continues, the visions will begin to move beyond the rebellion of the Watchers towards an even greater question. Who will finally execute that judgment, and who will inherit the world that comes after the judgment?
Chapter 6. Revelation of Enoch. I swear unto you that in heaven the angels remember you for good, before the glory of the Great One, and your names are written before the glory of the Great One. Be hopeful, for aforetime ye were put to shame through ill and affliction. But now ye shall shine as the lights of heaven. Ye shall shine, and ye shall be seen, and the portals of heaven shall be opened to you. And in your cry for judgment, and it shall appear to you. For all your tribulation shall be visited on the rulers, and on all who help those who plundered you. Be hopeful, and cast not away your hopes, for ye shall have great joy as the angels of heaven. What shall ye be obliged to do? Ye shall not have to hide on the day of the great judgment, and ye shall not be found as sinners. And the eternal judgment shall be far from you for all the generations of the world. And now fear not, ye righteous, when ye see the sinners growing strong and prospering in their ways. Be not companions with them, but keep afar from their violence. for ye shall become companions of the hosts of heaven. And although the sinners say, all our sins shall not be searched out and be written down, nevertheless they shall write down all your sins every day. And now I show unto you that light and darkness, day and night, see all your sins. Be not godless in your hearts, and lie not, and alter not the words of uprightness, nor charge with lying the words of the Holy Great One, nor take account of your idols. For all your lying and all your godlessness issue not in righteousness, but in great sin. And now I know this mystery, that sinners will alter and pervert the words of righteousness in many ways, and will speak wicked words and lie, and practice great deceits, and write books concerning their words. But when they write down truthfully all my words in their languages, and do not change or diminish from my words, but write them all down truthfully, all that I first testified concerning them, then I know another mystery, that books will be given to the righteous and the wise to become a cause of joy and uprightness and much wisdom. And to them shall the books be given, and they shall believe in them and rejoice over them. And then shall all the righteous who have learnt therefrom all the paths of uprightness be recompensed. In those days the Lord bade to summon and testify to the children of earth concerning their wisdom. Show unto them, for ye are their guides and a recompense over the whole earth. For I and my Son will be united with them forever in the paths of uprightness in their lives, and ye shall have peace. Rejoice, ye children of uprightness.
And so we come to the end of Book 1 of Enoch. What began as a warning of coming judgment has taken us through one of the most extraordinary stories in ancient religious literature. We have seen the rebellion of the Watchers. We have seen their union with the daughters of men, the birth of the giants, the spread of forbidden knowledge, and the violence that followed. We have seen heaven respond. The Watchers were condemned, their offspring destroyed. Enoch was taken into the heavenly realm and shown places of imprisonment, regions prepared for the dead, the boundaries of creation, and the judgment that awaits those who rebel against God. But Book 1 also leaves us with something more than judgment. Again and again, Enoch is reminded that the righteous will not be forgotten. There will be mercy, there will be peace, there will be restoration, and this is important because Enoch's visions are far from finished. Until now, much of the story has focused on the Watchers, the giants, and the corruption of the ancient world. But in Book 2, the focus begins to change. Enoch will be shown a series of extraordinary visions concerning the future, the destiny of the righteous, the judgment of powerful kings and rulers, secrets hidden in heaven, and the events surrounding the final judgment. And at the center of these visions, a mysterious figure begins to appear. He is called the Chosen One, the Righteous One, and most remarkably, he is called the Son of Man. Who is this figure? Why is he described as existing before kings and rulers? And why is he given authority to judge the world? Those questions will take us into one of the most fascinating and most debated sections of the entire Book of Enoch. And that is where Book 2 begins. Watch out for it in another episode on this channel. Thank you for watching. Please remember to subscribe to this channel, like and share this video. God bless you. Amen.